When I was growing up, उस टाइम पे मैंने स्ट्रिंग्स का म्यूज़िक सुना था एंड द न्यू ट्रैक दैट हैड कम आउट एट दैट टाइम वाज दूर। और जैसे ही दूर आया था, आई थिंक इट वाज इन 2000s व्हेन आई हैड क्लियर अंडरस्टैंडिंग नॉलेज कि भाई म्यूज़िक क्या होता है, एंड having listened to some of the other artists like Vital Signs, Junoon, Ali Heather, Sajad Ali, all of these people back in the day. I'm sure there are many more names that I'm forgetting right now. So please drop in your favorite classic artists in the comments below. Um, but when I was like when I heard Dur for the first time, my elder brothers, they immediately said, "Whoa, these guys are back!" And I'm like, "Back? What does that mean?" So then I found out that bhai, apparently they used to be a band before also, and then they disappeared and all of that stuff. So today's story is going to be about Strings. It's going to be about their journey. It's about where they started at one point, how they got to different peaks throughout their career. आप multiple जगहें उठा सकते हैं जहाँ पे they had these up moments, from comeback to the Bollywood entry to the Coke Studio, and then there were some songs which really hit like big numbers and international audiences also. So that's what today's story is going to be about. Thank you very much for joining in. Today's episode, Radio Ayaz, and let's get into it. Now, to understand where strings actually started, we really have to look at where the Pakistani music scene was at in the late 80s. There was this first real wave of Pakistani pop after, by the way, after Nazia Hassan and Zoeb Hassan had already won a lot of awards and Alamgir had done his own thing. But this was a time when I feel like the next generation of Pakistani artists was coming about. So Vital Signs were there, Junoon was just starting out, Ali Haider was there, Sajad Ali was there, and there was this different energy in the air. The whole generation of Pakistani young music lovers had just figured out that they can create music that is actually there. That's not copied from somewhere else. That is not about film songs, but their own thing. That's something that they really want to create. And that's what I believe had always set apart about Pakistani music, that it's always been different from whatever you hear around the world. Um, Back in that time, like about 80s के अंदर, there was these four college going kids, Bilal Maqsood, Faisal Kabadi, were two of their friends who really started to play music together, and they called themselves Strings. In the 1980, they released their first album, which was titled Strings. Well, they did not decide to get very creative about that name. And the second album in 1992 called it just the number two. Again, not very creative in this aspect. But I feel like, you see, we're talking about a time which was very different, which did not have internet, which did not have social media, which did not have, the access to communication and the access to artists in a way that we have now. Call, messages, हर चीज़, communication used to be so very much difficult at that time. कि it's okay that they called their first album Strings because they wanted to get known a little bit more, and maybe the name Two was just two, that's pretty much it. But what really set them apart from day one of Strings was that a big part behind Strings was Bilal's father, Anil Maqsood. And if that name means something to you, you already understand what I'm talking about, because Anna Maqsood is one of the greatest Urdu writers in modern times. He's a playwright, he's a poet who basically brought a completely different level of literary weight to what was otherwise a pop brand, right? बहुत सारे लोग के pop music उस time पे चल रहा था. So them coming up with particularly detailed depth in poetry really helped them hit a different note altogether. And that combination, that literary depth, clean production, this slightly melancholic visual aesthetic जो उन्होंने बनाया over the course of years, it really made them feel different. And I think Sarkiye Pahad, where it all kind of came together. Now, that title, Sarkiye Pahad, basically means something like we conquered these mountains. And these mountains were not about mission, not about that big dream in life and all that. This was more about love and romance and all that. And Bilal Maqsood has also confessed is one of his concerts later that he sang this song, Sarkiye Pahad, for his girl back in the day. And that song is still so very much close to his heart because he sang it for a different purpose. So no, it was not about mountains really. It was rather about struggle of getting there to that person, towards meaning, towards home. And you can probably call it the interpretation is open, but that openness is exactly what made it stick, because now everybody who had heard this had their own meaning to it, because of the literary depth, because of the detail in the poetry. आपको लगता नहीं कि सिर्फ एक महबूब की बात हो रही है. This can be about anything, right? And that video at the time, second जो video आई थी, when basically they came back, उस टाइम पे वीडियो रिलीज़ की थी ये लोगों ने, which was shot by Asim Raza, and we'll come back to it in just a little bit. But at that time, when they had just released that song, the crazy part is that they got really high in popularity. Like, they got super popular at that time. They had become a household name, and that's exactly when they decided to pull out. Yes, at the height of that recognition, when Sarkiye Pahad was everywhere, Bilal and Faisal went back, pulled out, went back, and got normal jobs. They finished their studies and they got their corporate work in place. Yes, back to wearing suits, back to doing the whole safe career thing. And I feel like a lot of artists have been through that. अभी शायद थोड़ा कम होता होगा because now it's become easier, but there are so many stories of people who wanted to do something different but they couldn't, because this particular path जो होता है आपका आर्ट का या म्यूज़िक का, this does not have stability, at least did not have stability back in the day, especially in Pakistan, especially in South Asian culture. So people expect their children to basically follow a particular safe lifestyle, कि एक बार जॉब कंप्लीट कर लो, एक बार स्टडीज़ कंप्लीट कर लो, जॉब कर लो, फिर करते रहना अपने शौक पूरे करते रहना. तब तक शौक रहते नहीं है ना, ये मसला है ना. आग ख़त्म हो जाएगी तो शौक कहाँ रहेगा. शौक ख़त्म हो गया तो बात ही ख़त्म हो गई, फिर तो आप लग गए बस अपने उसमें. तो I feel like they kind of went through that for a little while, for not a little while, actually 8 years of that, because they were back in college, they were doing their whole safe thing. And but I feel like somewhere along the line, always in their mind, they had it in them कि यार किसी दिन वापस आना है, we have to come back, like we have to make it known that this is what we were doing earlier. And that's exactly what they did 8 years later. But they did that because then when they came back after 8 years, they came back with not only a new version of Sarkiye Pahad, which was, by the way, titled, mentioned on the album cover of Dood itself, actually. But Dood, the song, damn bro, kya khatarnak song tha wo. Like the song itself, the video of it, the whole aesthetic of it, the kind of music that they were now producing, it hit charts once again. And I feel like Dood is such an authentic string song. कोई कोई होता है ना आर्टिस्ट का, आपको पता चल जाता है कि कुछ चीज़ें वो पॉपुलैरिटी के लिए बनाते हैं, कुछ चीज़ें वो अपने लिए बनाते हैं. I feel like Sarkiye Pahad and Dood and a lot of strings music is made for themselves. It's not made for the masses. Masses fall in line when they hear something consistently enough and when they realize that there is depth in this thing that they've been listening to now. So masses do fall in line, but it only happens if you do it your way. So that feeling of Sarkiye Pahad, that thought from the album 2, जो उनका पिछला version था, I have a feeling that a lot of that fire was still there, and that's what kind of propelled them into coming back. And this time coming back with Dood becoming the title track of their album in the 2000s. Now when Dood came about, they hit a whole different level because अब 2000s है, अब टीवी आ चुका है, अब इंटरनेट आने वाला है, अभी the atmosphere is completely changing. So while their whole music was for the Pakistani audience, but I really feel like Dood hit a whole different level when Dood got featured on MTV India. At that time, India used to be the only country in the South Asia जिसके लिए चीज़ें की जाती थी. So वहाँ पे enter हो जाना एक बहुत बड़ी बात होती थी. So MTV India, when it came out, later on MTV Pakistan also came, by the way, and which got, I think, बंद हो गया था वो after a little while. Indus Music नाम का एक चैनल होता था, ARY Music नाम का एक चैनल होता था. Oh my god, what memory lane am I going into right now? Okay, coming back. दूर जब हिट हुआ था, at that time MTV India के ऊपर जब वो हिट हुआ, it kind of became a more than a Pakistani success story, because now it was becoming a South Asian one. Indian audiences, much wider audience, much bigger audience, they found them. Indian radio started playing them. They started appearing at these morning shows. मैंने एक clip देखी, I think 2000 early 2000 की clip है जिसमें बिलाल मकसूद and Faisal Kabadia are basically playing their songs in a morning show on an Indian television. At this time in 2026, like that's a pipe dream. But yeah, that also used to happen back in the day. And I feel like there was this still genuine connection था, कम था जो भी था, but अच्छा था. It was really nice. And then उस album के अंदर there were some really nice tracks which featured Anjane, one of the biggest tracks, one of the most well-known tracks जो Strings ने कभी cover किए थे, Strings ने किए थे. And I feel like उसकी वीडियो भी अच्छी है, उसके जो ओवरऑल कॉन्सेप्ट है वो भी बड़ा अमेजिंग है. I'll probably cover that on my channel one of these days. I feel like it's one of those underrated songs that deserve a bit more attention. And उस album के अंदर there were a couple of more tracks. Khidki was a pretty well known track. Jaane Do was a well known track. O Jaane Wala, that's a good track too. Kuch To Ho Gaya, also a very good track. And Khwab too. But then uske थोड़ी time बाद in 2003 they came out with this album called Dhani, and Dhani pushed things even further. Like one of their tracks, Na Jaane Kyun, made it to Spider-Man 2 official soundtrack, which, I mean, if you think about it, it's crazy, right? Of all the songs that could have happened, Strings was one of them. So what that actually means for a song written in Urdu by just two guys from Pakistan who end up, being in Hollywood for a soundtrack, that's crazy. That's not nothing. Come on, that's not nothing. And after that, they contributed a lot of times to Indian movies as well. So Koi Aane Wala Hai in 2008, they gave songs to Bollywood. Then Zinda, जो आपने बहुत बार सुना होगा track, that's also there. तो उन्होंने बहुत सारे गाने ऐसे किए जो commercial success to lie. Obviously that they were a bit more commercially oriented because they were in the Bollywood era, but at that same time they were still doing it in their own style. They were still doing it in their particular way of creating music, which is what I really like. So I feel like what started at the time in the 80s, सरकिए पहाड़ से जो शुरू हुई थी कहानी, वो चल रही थी अभी भी, because first they came back to that after 8 years of disappearance. They came back to that कहानी, सरकिए पहाड़. They went to back to the same mountains, and then afterwards they kept on climbing more and more mountains, and that's what makes their story even more beautiful. हर आर्टिस्ट की जर्नी में ना एक प्रोग्रेशन होती है कि they start from somewhere, then they get another place, then they get a higher place, and they get to a higher place. Ideally तो लोगों के करियर के अंदर यही प्रोग्रेशन होनी चाहिए, but there's also times when people go down really bad. In Strings case, I was about to say Junoon, because there's a Junoon story that's forming in my head also. So in a couple of weeks you'll probably find Junoon also being featured here. मुझे जुनून के ऊपर सीरीज़ करनी है, वीडियो करनी है, सॉरी. कोक स्टूडियो के ऊपर फुली ओवरऑल करनी है मुझे स्टोरी, जुल्फ़ी के ऊपर करनी है, पेप्सी बैटल ऑफ बैंड्स पे करनी है, नेस्केफे बेसमेंट पे करनी है. There are many things that I want to talk about. So please let me know in the comment section which is your first thing that I should go for. I might include a poll also in this video for you guys to vote on. But yeah, let me know in the comments also. अच्छा, कहाँ थे हम? Okay. As I was saying, एक आइडियल करियर तो ये होता है कि लाइक थिंग्स कीप गोइंग, बट देन ऑब्वियसली अप्स एंड डाउन्स आते हैं. आई थिंक स्ट्रिंग्स के लिए सबसे बड़ा डाउन वाज जस्ट देम डिसअपियरिंग फॉर दोज 8 years, एंड देन दे केम बैक, एंड देन ऑब्वियसली व्हेन दे केम बैक देयर वाज अ डिफरेंट सॉर्ट ऑफ कॉम्पिटिशन. सो उनके साथ फाइट थ्रू करते हुए, उनके साथ अपना अपना एवेन्यू बनाते हुए, लेटर ऑन टूवर्ड्स 2013, they partnered up with Coke Studio. Now, Coke Studio before this was being handled fully by Zohail Hayat. He had 100% full control on whatever the hell is going on there. And honestly, Coke Studio by Zohail Hayat has pulled some really great tracks. कभी उनके बारे में बात करेंगे. But it was a new age for Coke Studio. I feel like this is the time when Coke Studio got a bit more publicly in tuned, like थोड़ा सा commercial avenue बढ़ गया उनका from the 2013 to 2017 version, जहाँ पे Bilal and Faisal Strings were not performing, but they were producing. They were the executive producers of Coke Studio at that time. And Coke Studio, as we know, is a very flagship. It's not exactly flagship. I believe the first Coke Studio happened in Brazil, and after that in Pakistan. But it's the Pakistan one which hit the massive numbers overall. And then उसके बाद बहुत जगह प्रोपेल हुआ है. India गया है, Bangladesh गया है, Middle East गया है, Africa गया है. So there were a lot of places that happened after the Pakistan one, and I feel like Pakistan वाले ने बहुत ज़्यादा उसके अंदर जान डाली थी. और अभी भी है, अभी भी है. It's something else. But that era of Coke Studio, those 4 seasons, they had a particular sensibility about them because they were they kind of produced some of the greatest tracks in that era also, like Tajdar Haram, wow, like Tera Wo Pyar, wow, you know, Afri Afri, that's also them. So, and yes, Fasle is also after Strings. So yes, there's a lot of like great tracks that got produced in Coke Studio when Strings were in charge. First season of the Coke Studio, jahan pe ye log in charge the, they were executive producers and they were the only producers. But then I think in the next 3 or 4 seasons, they were executive producers, but then each episode or each song rather had a separate producer also. So Shuja Haider, Jafar Zaidi, a couple of other people, they were like, producers of those episodes, which to be honest, I feel was a good thing to do because then it gives limelight to an opportunity to other people also. And it kind of puts you in a higher level, like वो लोग boss बन गए थे उसके बाद नीचे काम हो रहा था, which is really interesting to see also. And I feel like this is the point where Strings understood that their job wasn't to make hits. It was to create a space where music can happen in a way that it couldn't happen anywhere else. Like where the classical vocalist could sit across the room from a folk singer and create something magical. आज के कुक स्टूडियो में भी आपको यही चीज़ें रिफ्लेक्ट होती हुई दिखती हैं. At that time, they started mentoring new generation of artists. They made production decisions that had long-term cultural consequences, and they were actually shaping the sound of Pakistani music for an audience that was watching them from Toronto, London, Dubai, India, Pakistan, everywhere in the world, USA, everywhere in the world, because they were bringing about something different that contributed to the overall music scene in Pakistan rather than just being a small single band in Pakistan. You see the difference here? Because this is about going above and beyond your own background. It's about chasing something bigger. It's about hitting a whole different avenue, and that part I feel is part of their legacy, but not as celebrated because it's not as well known. Also, yes, it is well known, but जब आप किसी को बोलेंगे strings, तो immediately they'll think of songs. They'll not think of Coke Studio, right? They'll think of Coke Studio, but they'll not be able to put the pieces together कि ताजदार हरम was their production. ये है difference. But then आता है March 2021 where Strings decide that they are done. 33 years later, a clean, simple, quiet, no phadde, no scandal, no public argument, no lashing out against each other like it happens with a lot of bands out there कि लोग आपस में बहुत सॉल्टी हो जाते हैं, बहुत फड्डे हो जाते हैं आपस में, दोस्तियाँ नहीं रहती. But none of that stuff happened with Strings, and I feel like that is testament to both of Faisal Kapadia and Bilal Maqsood's maturity as artists, that they kind of worked really well together as friends. Then they worked across so many different avenues, like Bollywood के साथ काम किया, अपने लिए काम किया, कोक स्टूडियो में काम किया, अलग अलग projects किए, and they never seem like they're walking two different paths. They were always on one path together next to each other, and that's what made Strings very anticlimactic, even I would say, because अचानक से one day they decided कि okay भाई chapter खत्म हो गया है, and they did that with such dignity because their band and their bond actually was inseparable, and that you can tell from the way they created music throughout the many years. Like उनके कुछ particular गाने हैं Strings के where you really feel like they have such a beautiful bond together. Anjane is one of those. Titliya is also one of those. कहानी मोहब्बत की इज़ वन ऑफ दोज टू. सो ये बहुत सारे ऐसे सॉन्ग्स हैं जो उनके इट्स दे हैव बीन एच्ड इन द मेमोरी, एंड लाइक you know that it's Strings music just by listening to it for a little while. And I've been thinking that म्यूज़िक तो मैटर करता है, बट म्यूज़िक के पीछे पीछे स्टोरीज भी बहुत मैटर करती है, लाइक हाउ दे केम अबाउट, हाउ दे हैंडल्ड एवरीथिंग, हाउ दे डिड नॉट हैव एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ लॉ सूट्स और बिटरनेस विद ईच अदर, और लाइक किसी का एक सोलो करियर दूसरे के करियर को मिटा देता है एंड स्टफ, लाइक नन ऑफ दैट स्टफ हैपेंड. एंड आई फील लाइक दैट रियली लेफ्ट ए रियली स्वीट टेस्ट इन माउथ के चीज़ें जिस तरीके से एंड हुई, अच्छे तरीके से एंड हुई है. एंड नाउ इवन यू कैन टेल दैट दे स्टिल हैव कनेक्शन विद ईच अदर, दे स्टिल वर्क, लाइक दे स्टिल डू ईच, लाइक अपने स्ट्रिंग्स के ही सॉन्ग अक्सर फैसल कबाड़िया is singing on his Instagram and posting them. So there is that friendship वाला scene है. And honestly, as somebody who has seen them, who has heard them many many years, I would have loved अगर वो लोग अपना गुड बाय कॉन्सर्ट कर लेते, लेकिन नहीं नहीं हुआ ऐसा, ऐसा नहीं हुआ. So that's where we are right now, and we did not have a closing concert, we did not have something to say goodbye to them with. But honestly I feel like अगर वो होता भी तो we would still be not happy, because there's a big part of our growing up years that we listen to strings, and that part will always remain special to me, at least. Agar aapke liye bhi, so let me know in the comments. Also let me know what else do you like about this show. This is Radio Ayaz, and I will see you next time around. Thank you.